All right, first off, congrats to basketball winning it outright. Awesome. Like, we don't like to share. And there's certain things that you don't like to share, and championships are one of them. So congrats to those guys. Playing well going into the tournament. And then, Coach Paulson and his staff, man, they do a great job. There's only a few of us over in the West Gym. Jake's one of them too. But, the West Gym buddies, impressed with what they did this weekend. See how hard those guys work and what they put in their athletes and how much they develop their athletes. They do a great job. So congrats to them and their team winning a conference title, and that's 2 conference titles in a weekend. Good for us. Gives us some momentum as a team. Now it's time for ours to, it's time for us to go get ours. We got to kind of hold up our end of the bargain here, being one of the winter sports and, being part of the West Gym here. So I appreciate those guys raising the bar for us. Like Jarek said, 54 spots, which is good. There's at least 4 spots at every weight class. I think last year maybe 57, there was only 1. So the Big 12 is getting better. It's deeper. And, that's what we want as a conference. We want to be able to qualify as many guys as we can. It's going to be a great tournament. I don't know who's favored, who's this or that. I mean, Oklahoma State, they've won it quite a few times. They won the last couple of years since we've been in there, and I know they come in believing they're going to win. That's a little bit what tradition does. Tradition doesn't necessarily guarantee you anything, but you certainly come in believing that you're going to make the Big 12 theirs, and we got some other thoughts about that. We'll have 10 guys ready and prepared to score as many points as we can. Like I said, I think we have 7 guys that qualify to spot. But I know if you win the tournament, you go to the national tournament. So that's really our job, every weight class, to be ready and prepared. The seedings will come out, brackets will come out on Wednesday. I don't know if the brackets, my bad. Seedings will come out on Wednesday, and then depending on what the point system is, how close they are, it could change. There's a lot of weight classes that this guy beat this guy beat that guy. I don't know 100% where we're going to end up seed-wise. I got a pretty good idea with most of our guys. So you start doing a little bit of work and getting guys ready and prepared for who they have in front of them. But, I think the best thing is you don't change a whole lot right now. The situation doesn't get too big. We don't get too worked up about it. We're prepared and ready and go ready to score a whole bunch of points from that first whistle to the last. We'll head down on Thursday, work out in the arena on Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday's the championship. So, and other than that, we'll have 10 guys ready to roll. I guess any questions?
Is there a weight class where, for some reason, only a couple guys can get out, or all 10 weight classes are in pretty good shape?
Yeah, there's 4, at least 4 in every weight class except 25 and 65. There's 4. 41, 49, 57, 74, 84. There's 5. There's 6 at 97. There's 7 at heavyweight, and there's 8 at 33. So something happens, you happen to get caught and beat, you still have a chance to get back into the tournament. I think the best thing that they've done with these allocations is if something does happen and you don't qualify within that spot, if you had a great year, you're still going to go to the national tournament. They have at least 4. There's at least 4 wild card spots in each weight class still available. And after they go through the championships, then we'll figure out who's going to be a wild card. Obviously, you want to do it. You want to do it at the tournament. You don't want to wait on or be relying on that because one, you don't know who could get beat. But like I said, it was better than last year. We have more spots, and the Big 12 is only going to continue to get better. It's going to, we're working to somehow rival the Big 10 because the Big 10's the conference right now, and we're trying to work to rival that. And we'll keep doing what we can to make that happen, and so will the other teams in the Big 12 conference. But yeah, everybody, if something happens, they'll still have an opportunity to get back into it. So it's good.
How many teams are there? How many guys in each weight class? And if you win your weight class at the Big 12 championships,
Yep.
does that automatically give you a better seed at the national tournament? tournament? Or
Well, potentially. I mean, so, and I can get into the seeding a little bit more, but the algorithm, if you win your conference, that's points. So winning your conference, it does help a lot. You have coaches ranked. There's a multitude of things that go into it. But if you don't win your conference, you're down 10 points to a guy that does win their conference. So yeah, it certainly can help with your national seeding. So yeah, I mean, we win 10 conference titles, and we'll probably win the Big 12s, and we'll send 10 guys to nationals, and we'll be in a good spot when the seedings come out for the national tournament. But really, it's what it is, man. It's about the first things that's in front of you. It's not getting ahead of yourself. A little bit of coach speak, but it's true though, because you don't start looking in the bracket and that well, this guy's going to be here. You don't know that. You can't control any of that. So we just got to be able to control really today and practice and staying healthy and getting ready for this weekend. But I'll explain more about, I guess, seeding once we get through the Big 12s. But you win your tournament, it certainly helps you for national seeding. Yes.
and how many teams is it again?
We got 12. There's 12. There's 12. Yep. There's 12 teams in the Big 12 now. So.
And what approach do you take with your guys as far as practice, being prepared? Is it a case where you don't want to overdo it this week? You want to fresh, or do you really?
Everything's shorter. Everything's shorter and crisper. I mean, we don't need to grind through the week before. In a lot of ways, the work's done. I mean, there's some edges that you create mentally, and part of your mental edge is physical. Being able to get some rest and feel really fresh and excited to compete. So, I mean, we're trying to find that right balance of pushing guys and getting what they need and keeping them sharp, and then also kind of having them with that little bit of hunger and edge. So there's a little balancing act for everybody, because some guys need a little bit more than others. Some guys need a little bit less than others, but we stick pretty dang close to our routine throughout the whole season. It gets shorter, and it should get shorter because, man, if we still need the same amount of work that we needed in November, then we haven't done a very good job of developing them. But, man, I feel like guys are ready, and there comes a point where there's a date on the calendar where you just have to be ready. There's no more work to be done. It's just stepping on the line and being ready to roll, and that's where I feel like our guys are at. But we'll do a little bit of work this week, and we'll have them ready to roll Saturday morning when that first whistle blows.
It's a grueling season.
Yeah.
How healthy are you? Do you have some guys with nagging injuries, or are you in really good shape there?
It's wrestling. Division I wrestling. I mean, there's nagging injuries. Absolutely. You have some things that, to me, it doesn't matter though. There's no in between. You're either 100% or you're not, and that's got to be you're mentally. And even if you're not 100%, it doesn't matter because your opponent doesn't care. I mean, so you got to be able to get over some of those things. And we have some guys that maybe they haven't been on a mat a whole lot the last few weeks. It doesn't matter. Man, these guys they got to realize how much work, how much time they've put in. I mean, they've got a lot. They got a lot in the bank. I mean, they got a lot of interest that they can draw off of. You don't always have to keep the positive, man. Sometimes you can take some of that, and it's just getting a guy to understand that it's okay. Because sometimes oh man, I'm getting behind him. No, you're not. You're not losing an edge at all. I mean, it's about this thing, and connecting everything, and just believing in yourself and your preparation. But yeah, we got some dings, but that's part of it. And we talk to our guys very consistently about not having to be 100% charge. I don't have to have 100% in the tank to be able to go give 100% effort or 100% focus or go score on the best guy. You only need a little bit. You don't need to have everything. You don't have to have that tank full to be able to do that. And that's how we train. That's how we prepare guys. And you know what? You'll see it happen this weekend. But yeah, I mean, being 100%, that's a myth. I don't know why guys. It doesn't matter either. So, I mean, I keep kind of repeating myself. I know I get very repetitive on things. But you ask, it doesn't matter once you step out there.
Weight class 1 through 10, do you feel this is the best Big 12 team you've taken to the Big 12 championship?
I'd say so. I mean, I think every year I'm going to say the same thing. This is the best team I've taken to this point because it's still up for grabs. We still got 10 opportunities to win titles at every weight class. They're going to decide that in how they compete. You know, how many points they score. You know, I mean, I guess we need to go score more points than we scored last year. That's for sure. You know, obviously we want to go win the Big 12 tournament. We haven't done that yet. So our guys are ready to do that. Now we just got to do it one match, one situation, one position at a time, and score as many points as we can. A lot of bonus points. I mean, that's one thing, especially if we can score bonus points in situations. You know, we got some goals as far as how many bonus points we want to score. Because you can start knocking out. That guy had a champ. Well, we just knocked him out with bonus points, or we just add another champ because we scored so many bonus points. So we'll be going to put guys away and score a whole bunch of points, and best way for us to win that team title. All right, go Panthers.